Now we can hear you.
Yeah. Good morning,
Good
morning.
morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to
Good morning,
Mona
everyone.
Joshi. Good morning, everybody. How is everybody doing? Good today? Ready to do Tai Chi and Ching Chong and ready to work out and staying safe, doing good.
Very much, very much.
Okay.
Welcome everyone to another edition of Body Mind Practice for Immunity and Resilience. We have some wonderful practices planned for you today, and before we kick it off, there's gonna be two parts to this practice. So please pay attention to that. And before I bring up Dr. Bakshi, couple quick points. If you have any questions, if you have any issues with your audio or video, make sure you send me a chat message, and I'll do my very best to assist you and help you out in this regard. So before as we kick it off, I just want to turn it over to Dr. Kalan Bakshi, and let's get this started.
Thank you, Malik, and welcome everybody.
Yeah,
Today's
welcome. Good morning.
Oh, excuse me. Please mute everybody.
Go ahead, they're muted.
Thank you. Welcome for this little different edition. You're seeing something in the background there. And I'm going to share with you a practice that ever since I got introduced to Tai Chi and Qigong, I have been waking up with Qigong and Tai Chi. So I do a little bit of practice in bed. And I'm going to share that with you today as to how applicable these practices are. And after this, there would not be any question, there probably, hopefully won't be any question in anybody's mind that as soon as your eyes are open in the morning, you can start Tai Chi and Qigong. Tai Chi is a duality, and we wake up to the world of plus and minus, good and bad and everything. So I'm not going to go into deep theory of that, but a couple of practical points here. I'm going to demonstrate that in the back table there with lying down and exactly how I get up and everything. If you feel like, and if there's a possibility for you to adjust your camera so that you want to lie down and practice with me in a lying position, that's up to you. If you cannot do that, get the view of it. Sometimes laptops are possible. You can move around. The desktop may not be. If not, then follow along in a sitting position or in a standing position, whichever is the option. But notice, and one of the things I want to just give you a heads up here, some of the things that I will do some of the stuff that I do routinely. There are so many things I end up doing, but today is a small portion of how this can be applied. Very, very applicable in people who are even bedridden, in nursing homes and all that. So you'll see the value of it. But the important point is this, that if you have any questions or if you have any feedback, there'll be a little bit of a gap between the two. First section today and the second section when we go to walking. But I will have a focus on core also from the lying down position. So please keep the questions ready and feedback between the two portions. There'll be a little bit gap, 2-3 minutes. And I really request that because it's very essential. It's extremely essential that I get the feedback about how you feel and some additional stuff that I can do and all that. So let's go. This is my bed. So let me do this. I just hop on and get I'm sleeping. Pardon my snoring if I snore. So we have it. This is the morning coming up. Usually I'm on the side, but this is fine. So as I wake up, in the morning, my eyes are open. And I realize that I have to clear my throat a little bit. Maybe some secretions, I do that. And try to wake up a little bit and start moving, start wiggling and see, just feel around. And I open my eyes and see the room and, oh, good, that's great. The first thing I do is to try to adjust my breathing. Because I remember that the abdominal breathing is essential. And that really helps. I may not have been breathing in the abdominal way during the night. Particularly if I'm snoring, my wife says, oh, you're snoring, And that is not a good thing. So I have to breathe abdominally. So if I'm lying down like this, I breathe. Now I'll show you a trick that I use for demonstration, and also you can do this. Keep the books here and just watch. I'm changing into the abdominal breathing. Now that I've adjusted it, this is for demonstration, but a lot of times you can practice with this too. Because in the core building, we talked about that. I'll show you. Take the deep breath and tighten your core and relax. Tighten the core and relax. So that's just side, because we are talking about core. I thought I would demonstrate that. Now I want to orient you towards the earth and the heavens. It's funny because when you're standing up, we feel that the heavens is up here and we're standing on the earth. But just imagine somebody laying, this is the earth, somebody laying like this. That's the heavens, and underneath is the earth. So it doesn't change. Anywhere I'm in here, I'm in China, wherever. It doesn't change because the space is all around us. And so recognize that this is the difference here. And so we'll begin. This is just to orient, and that is the heavens up there. And this is the earth right there. So now I begin my practice, and I'm going to say a couple of things. Before I do begin the practice, I just basically feel a little bit of stiffness, or if I'm not laying down correctly or something. So I do a little bit of my waking up routine, and whatever I need to, there's some area that is not working well. I slept differently. So I change my position and I make sure that I go a little bit massage and try to wake up myself. Same thing happens with the face and the eyes. This is what everybody does, but I'm going to do this a little bit more with intent. Take a little breath and wake up the eyes, wake up the face, and just feel around, so that all the laziness or whatever is there due to the sleep gets off. So I feel better now a little bit, joint movements and things like that I do, and it's worthwhile doing that. So when I do this, then the next thing I do sometimes, and I'm just going to show you anyway, one can do massages. I don't do this routinely, but you can do a massage, hand massage. I showed you hand massage. You can do hand massage. You can do face massage, the ear massage. And these things can be done in lying down position as you're waking up. So you do that, all that. just want to show you that demonstrate that it can be done. And you can continue doing that at your end. As I'm doing this, you follow me, whichever position you are in. I'll go back to a little bit breathing. Then I do my vitality motions. Vitality movements are very straightforward. I don't want to lose my book here. I'll put it back here. Okay, there you go. Oh, I can put it here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Again, watch how the books can move up. Now, once we gather the energy, we're going to do the spinal movements. As you know, the spines are important. And so what we do here is one of the movements that I do here is side bending. You'll wonder how side bending can be done. It's not that difficult. I'm going to bend towards you. So first, get my neck down to the shoulder, like we did before. The second thing you start doing is the hand starts reaching to the knee. And the chest starts moving sideways. The chest and down, stretching like this. Now just imagine that the opposite side, you'll see that when I do the other side, but the opposite side is opening up. The chest is opening up as I do this. And then I add my hand coming around like so. And the hand can reach as low as you can, be within your green zone if you are doing it laying down right now. And breathe. Let me do the other side now. Come around here, just turn, you can turn slightly just so that it is, you're off the back a little bit. And then I'll do this side, and now you can see this side opening up. Hold it a little bit and relax. Everything else is relaxed except this area. The entire rest of the body is completely relaxed. Breathe in one time, breathe out. For me, it doesn't take that long. I'm just demonstrating it so that you know the technique. Okay. Now we'll do forward bending. This is not that difficult, actually quite easy. We bring the hand together and squeeze and tighten your face, clench your teeth, tighten the jaw, neck, and the fist against each other. And then chin to the chest. Just raise up a little bit first. And then inhale and relax. Go again. This time, chest, belly, a little bit more, rising up a little bit more. Sometimes what I need to do is I need to raise my legs a little bit to tighten everything. Hold that position. Tighten, tighten. And relax. As the forward bending, backward bending. Hold on to the, if you have a bed or if you have something that you can hold on to. This is easy for me. If a table, like the edges of the table, you can lay your hand like this also. And then just backward bending. This is actually yoga pose. Everybody knows about that. But this is backward bending that I do so that my back gets up a little bit. And I do only as much as I can tolerate. I have had back surgery, so just last year too. So I don't do a whole lot bending than this. Take a nice deep breath. Breathe in and out nicely. So we did that. The next thing we want to do is remember the up and down, right? Open up. How do we do that? Bring the hands together, lock, raise up, down. Here, there's a little bit difference. I'm going to find my sky up this side because sky is all around me anyway. Down is the earth, but everywhere is the sky. So I'll raise up, go high up, and I'll push with my hand, with feet down, and look up. This opens up my spine up and down. I can feel that. And then relax, bring down. And if I need to compress or bring down, I bend my legs and let this portion relax so that the spine gets back together a little bit. I'll do it one more time. Hold it, supporting the heavens, and breathe out. My hands will serve as the books. Next we will do is the twisting motion, the ringing the temple bell. This is the fun part. A lot of fun here, do that. And here what you do is you twist yourself like so. Now, what's happening when I twist in this direction is that the chest and the wall opens up, chest and the belly opens up like unscrewing it. It's the unscrewing motion. And it opens up the whole core muscles. So do that. Do the other side. I'm going to hit the table, not myself here. Lot of ability for the core to move around as a unit. Please make sure that the core moves around as a unit. And the only thing that opens up is here. That's the only thing you have to keep in mind when you do this in bed. I'll take a couple of breaths before I start the next one. Now this is the fun one, and that's called cross crawl. You heard about the cross crawl before, and Dana Eden technique. And here is what I do here. The one leg gets over, and the hand comes over this way. Now I look to you here on this side. I can hang it. Now this also gives me a lot of core strengthening. I breathe in, breathe out one more time. Go the other side. And I can hold on to this. In this case, I need it because I'm on a table. Or you can put your hand on the bed. It's okay. This is cross crawl in bed. This has been very useful to me with my back situation. And only thing I have to remember is I have to move it as a unit. And I'll show you some more diagram about the core today. So you'll have an idea about it. But this is very fun for me. I really enjoy this. So we did the cross scroll. Now we'll do one more. The heaven and earth. Gathered. Breathe in. We're doing the same thing that we did, same motions that we do. Get all the dantians involved at this point. Shower myself with the energy I've created. Doing the same exact thing actually. Now, do I engage my legs? Yeah, you can engage the legs like this too. Say, for example, you can do the earth. You can go like that and then straighten out. This gives you a nice little workout for your legs. So make sure that the back is stable because you're lying supine. Okay, lying face up. So that's heaven and earth. I'm just going to show you just a sampling today. I do a lot more than this. It takes me only about 15 minutes to do my stuff on a daily routine. Now I'll show you the important thing here. The important thing is sitting up. Sitting up from a lying position is very extremely important. How does one do that? Because that's when back can get twisted. So the idea is to hold on. Do not try to sit up like this way. People try to do this. Now, if you see the mechanics of it, the mechanics are not right because what I'm doing is I'm transferring the weight of my entire body onto the hand and not allowing the core to take part in it. So my hand feels really heavy. If you try to do this, you know the hand is not as strong to lift even the upper part. The upper part is about 43% weight is the trunk, as you know, right? That's a lot of weight for the hands to carry. So what you do is you turn, bend your leg one, and then turn on one side. Whichever side you want to turn, you turn first. Then support yourself, create a base, and then push yourself up. Keep the core in one order. Now that is easy for me because I leveraged it and I'm able to sit up. So that's the way to sit up. It's a proper way to sit up. Otherwise, and we show this in nursing homes and all, otherwise people have back situations. So now I'm going to sit up. Now I have a perfect chance to do a couple of things here. Is work with my knees and make sure that I do this. This is the one of these moon positions that we did, but it really helps me to stretch my hip, stretch my all the areas that I need to stretch. Now it's important because I'm going to stand up. I've been laying down. When I stand up, if this portion is not ready, I will not be steady. There is a lot of situation with falling out of bed and not very stable and all that. This is not something that we desire, particularly after a certain age. Falling is not good for anybody in reality. So now I take advantage of this situation and I do my foot massage. Now the foot massage is very good at this time in bed. Whichever you can do it, that's fine. But the advantage of foot massage is this. The foot was laying like this. If you imagine, it was not touching the bed. It was in the air. So the entire night, the foot has not received any stimuli. No sensations is going to the head. So you have to wake up the foot, right? If you don't wake up the foot, particularly people who have either you have slept on it and it becomes numb and a little tingly, or people have diabetes. That's the problem. If you have diabetes, then the foot sensations are not good anyway. So what you now do is wake it up. Do your massage. And the usual massage I showed you, you're familiar with this, and just do it the way, easiest way you can do this. You know, I enjoy this part very much because it stretches. And again, foot and hand massage, that can wake up the entire body, as you know. So you have that. I'll do the other side. It's really very helpful to me. I just enjoy this part tremendously. So I'm going to get ready to come down, stand up, and see how to get out of bed. Now you may not see my foot completely here because this table is a little higher than my bed, but I'll share with you what you do. So I'm working it now. This is a good time to smile, you know. I feel good. Okay. Now is the time to get down from the bed. Now I'm sitting down. So my weight is down here, mostly. I have to transfer the weight to the legs, to the foot. When I transfer it, I have to hold on to something first, move up a little bit further. And in this case, I can't put both feet because it's a little taller. But if you put both feet, fine. I'm going to put one by one. Put the front of the foot down first. Feel the floor. Be very mindful. Being mindful and awareness is Qigong, where your foot is. Now the entire foot is down. Heel is also down. I can feel it's very stable. Then I transfer the weight and my back and everything remains in the same position. It's not twisting. If I do this way, I've seen a lot of times in hospitals that I've worked and everything else, people do all kinds of twisting things. All kinds of twisting. Now, twisting is not good because you're transferring the weight of entire weight of your torso, you see, all the trunk. So you have to face the same, wherever you are. Supposing your foot is in this direction, face there. And then transfer the weight. Now, when both feet are down, hold on to this somewhere, okay? Don't let go. But then you can start, being stable. And at that point, I just want to make sure that I'm okay. I just swing a little bit and I'm on my way, usually to the bathroom. But so these are the practices that are very easy to do. And with the demonstration, it took me half an hour, but for waking up 10, 15 minutes maximum. And you can choose your practice the way you want it. There are many, many things we can do. And now you understand why we can apply this to people who are bedridden. You can understand people who are sick, have pneumonia, have so much problem. It's just a matter of moving them. It's just understanding what to do and just explain to them what can be done. So you can actually gain healthy lifestyle in bed. I'm not sure where there is any question about not having time here. So think about it. It's just awareness that's very crucial. And So on that note, what we're going to do is we're going to have a little bit of a break for about 5 minutes or so. And during that break, Maulik is going to put a little music on. But here is what I request you to do. Think about that for 5 minutes. Or if you have any questions or feedback, please, take some time and reflect on what you just saw and everything and what you have questions. It will really be very helpful to me and for the program and everything else going forward. And more questions. Now, I may not answer the questions immediately, but please have that time for you to gather all your thoughts, and then I'll come back in about 5 minutes, okay? Over to Maulik. Welcome back, everyone. So I'm going to do a little bit of teaching about what core is. We have talked about this. And I don't know, I think I can show you here a little bit.
Just angle it towards the screen. It will have a little less reflection.
This one?
There you go. Yep.
Better?
Yep, better.
Okay, I haven't named this guy, okay?
Okay.
You can put a name to him, but okay. This is okay. You may or may not be able to read it entirely, but I'm going to share that with you anyway. Now, as you understand the core, we talked about core as center of reserved energy. It could be regenerating energy. It could be whatever. Now, why do I call that? Sorry. Why do I call that? It's because its body is constructed very funny way. This is the head office up there. The head office, everything gets reported to the head office. whatever, like we get sensation from here, nose, ear, talk, listen, see, taste, touch, walk, whatever the information is there, that's just the external 5 senses. And also internally, also all the organs, whatever is happening gets reported up to the head office. The head office is, what does it do? It just sends out messages like a boss, sends out message, okay, do this, do that, coordinate that, send some enzyme, send some this. That's all that this guy does. Okay. So in order to really work whatever intention we have in terms of, like last time Gail said, intention, that is very essential to focus what you want to do. What do you want to build a core? You want to do flexibility, strength, endurance. What do you want to do? Functional, or create some motor dexterity, whatever that is, So that has to be decided up here and then sent down. Now I'm going to run through a little bit of anatomy here. You know most of it anyway. This is the diaphragm, just between the chest and the belly, and it's huge muscle. Extremely important muscle and huge muscle. This is the abs, the rectus, going up and down in front. Then this is the pelvic floor right there, pelvic muscles, okay, pelvic muscles. And then there are crisscross muscles here. There are 3. One is called the external, I call it a pocketbook muscle. They run like this, like put your hand in the pocket, like that, okay? The other one runs opposite to it, perpendicular to that, like this. This is in the pocket, the other one runs like that. That's the internal. This is the external part, this is the internal part. And there is one here that's called transverse. It runs like that. So it's a crisscross like this, and like this. So it becomes a very nice cylinder. These three muscles are drawn here. And so I'll show you when we do the practice how these muscles you focus on them. You see in your body whether they are moving or not, that type of thing. I just want to just go through this a little bit so that you know. Now, there's one muscle that and then back I haven't shown. Back muscles are back. You're aware of the back muscles, so that's fine. But this is an internal muscle. This is a very important muscle. I will show you what it means in walking. Today we are going to do core walking. We learn core walking, then we learn how from core walking, how do we go to Tai Chi walking? And why Tai Chi and walking and all that is, why is it so fundamental? Why is it so good? Why is it so, core building? So that's what we learned today. This is this called psoas muscle. It goes from all these, you see this is P12, thoracic 12, lumbar 1, L1, 2, 3, 4, like that. Huge muscle comes both sides. I've drawn only one side. Both sides it comes. It comes from deep inside where my spine is. From there, it comes into the leg bone here, thigh, the femur, right here, hip, below the hip. It is like this. So when that contracts, I'm able to lift up my leg like this from inside, okay? This is what happens. Just so that you know this, it's called psoas muscle. There's another one which is iliacus, don't worry about that. Psoas is the main thing. So I'm going to get this out of the way and we'll start practice. So just a little bit of a review before we go further is have a seat, feet grounded, and we're going to sit up, we're going to stand up from the sitting position. This is where we left off. So last time I showed you that we're going to put some weight on the thighs, keep the core straight and stand up. That's one way of doing it. I'm just going to move back a little bit. There you go. Like so. Okay, now let's do this without touching the thighs, without any support, and do this. Feel the tension in the leg, thigh muscles. Okay, when you go up and down, feel that tension. Now, as you stand up, tighten your core first. Now, I'm just going to put my hand here so I know that I'm tightening my core. Take a deep breath. Tighten your core, and now stand up. Feel the difference. Feel the difference. Tighten the core and go down. When you tighten the core, does the thigh take the same amount of load? Actually, no. I feel a little bit less load when I tighten my core because I'm moving it as a whole unit. Now, you practice that and you'll know the difference, but that's by the mechanics that we're showing you here. It always is more efficient to do it that way. It's efficient to tighten the core, inhale, and tighten the core and then go. After inhalation, you tighten. So any of the movements that we're going to do in all of the Tai Chi Qigong movements, when you need the core to be strong, you inhale, sorry, the diaphragm goes down. Inhale, tighten the core, and then move to the step. Move to the, whatever is the movement. So all the people who are doing Qigong and Tai Chi now, please try that. I'm sure you're doing it, but be aware of it and you'll see the difference. The difference is amazing. That's why I end up calling Tai Chi and Qigong as a total fitness system because of this. So now I'm going to show you core walking. What is core walking? Now, let's imagine that this is my psoas muscle. Okay, so the psoas muscle does this. It lifts up the leg. I shifted the weight on this, and you try this. Try to lift the leg up like this, as if you are pulling the string up. Like there's a string here, and you try to pull it up and relax. Pull it up and relax. Now, don't do this and just try to put that, lift up your leg on its own. You see the thigh muscles are working a little bit more because you're not engaging the psoas muscle. Try that. Does the leg feel heavier if you just move the leg without this psoas muscle? This is the core that moves. Okay, so I hope you get the idea about it. If not, I'll answer some questions later on. But you have to practice that and see. Now I'll walk. You can walk normally, like you're walking. Walk back and forth. Just walk back and forth like you usually do. Very easy. Now, what you want to do is you put your hand right here at the lower rib because this is where you want to check the tightness. Now, I'm going to walk. First of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my psoas muscle. Lift that up and walk. Lift it up. The pelvis, actually, the belt line twists a little bit like that. Belt line goes up because you're going to lift this up. See? 9. You're picking the pelvis up. Hope you can see me doing it. Do it again. You guys do it too. Lift the pelvis up a little bit. This is very crucial part to learn because this is a fundamental of how Tai Chi walk will come and why people can get so strong doing this. So walk like that. Now, I want you to do something else. So if you think that this is becoming a little bit different, it is. Now I'm going to show you something funny. Put the hand on the butt, the gluteus, okay? And I'm going to show you sideways so that you know. I walk normally and I'm trying to feel how much of my gluteus gets involved, the butt muscles. How much is it tightening? When I walk normal, then just usual, not a core walking, okay? Just regular. I don't feel hardly any any tightness there. It's still soft butt, you know. Now you walk with the core muscle walk. And feel what has happened to the glutei. In my case, as I walk, these muscles are really taking part in the walk as well. I like the feedback from people later on to see how they experiencing it. This part is very important to learn walking. What is the advantage of doing this? The advantage is it is mechanically the best way to walk. It's called core walking. And so when you walk, 2-3 things happen. And we may not go too much forward today. We'll just practice this a little bit. And core walking. So first you saw the pelvis going back and forth. The second thing, if you notice me, you will see 2 things happen automatic. My shoulder is not straight. Shoulder and the upper extremity hand also takes part in the movement. And when I experience a lot more of walking done at this central level. I'm using the biggest possible muscle in walking, which is that huge muscle. That's a very big muscle actually. And if I don't walk like this, my walking is not efficient because I'm not using the core muscle. This is one of the core muscles, by the way. And now I haven't introduced the walking with inhalation and all that. Yeah, we'll do that. But it's a walking in mechanics is a very, very detailed one. But so from this point on, watch and observe how you walk. Okay. Now, what are the advantages of core walking? Oh, there are 2-3 things I forgot to tell you. One is this pelvic tilt. Now, pelvic tilt, the gluteus medius, and there is a gluteal muscle that actually raises this up like that. So it works. All these muscles, they work together. And the advantage there is that I get my core strength when I walk. Proper walking leads to core strength. That's one. Second, because I'm using bigger muscles instead of using these. Now, if I walk just like these are thigh muscles. Thigh muscles are bigger, but the muscles I'm using these and the inside muscles are even more so. So people walk. We've seen so many people walking, trying to lose weight, right? Why isn't it working? It's not walking correctly. Core walking is the best walking. Okay. So when you next time when you do walking, even the regular walking within the house, if you do this, you will spend a lot more of energy, but efficiently. An efficient walking is a core walking. Okay. So let's do that. And I will introduce something right now. And I will not analyze it, but we'll do it. We'll just do it together. Let's open. And move the energy sideways. Breathe in, breathe out. Just this movement, okay? Why am I introducing this? Because I'm just to introduce like a Tai Chi walk, but a core walking. So I'm going to walk with this. I'm going to walk core walking. This is not Tai Chi walk. This is a core walk. I'm going to go back, core walk. Get the pelvis up. And now introduce your breathing. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, whatever is your pace. We'll go around. Okay, what we'll do now, request Maulik to put some music on so that you will walk with me with the music. And you can walk and you'll just mimic me, you'll see me, and then just we'll all enjoy the walk, okay? Thank you, Maulik. Over to Maulik.
All right, thank you very much, Dr. Bakshi. We have a few comments in the chat section, and then we'll sort of open up to everyone to share and share your feedback and any comments. So first, we have a question or comment, I guess, to say, for people who are ambulatory, is it necessary to do Tai Chi in bed?
It's a good question. However, What I've noticed after doing that is that my tone increases, my energy level becomes much more flowing as I get up. I'm more awake, I'm more aware. I found a lot of benefits of doing it as I wake up. It's just amazingly different. So your experience, you figure it out. Is it, when you say necessary, there is nothing necessary, in reality. It's all your practice, it's your experience. See how you feel. If you find that, it makes a difference in your life, then go ahead and do it. I just wanted to share with you my experience.
Okay. Another question was, do you have to hold breath while you're core walking?
Now, breathe normally. I haven't introduced that yet. I will introduce breath holding is a different technique and different reason for doing it. As I said, the intention is different. Any of the practices we involve there's an intention behind. Why are we doing this? That's an important aspect. If you want to build up your core strength, and then you hold the breath, that's a different story. But otherwise, breathing gently, normally, abdominal breathing, deep, slow breathing is a very, very, very crucial. Light, we call it LSD breathing, light, slow, and deep. LSD breathing, light, slow, and deep. So it's an important thing to follow, and that's been taught in yoga. It's been taught in Tai Chi, Qigong, and so no. The short answer is not necessary unless you really are building up something, tension or things that you're working with.
Okay. Another comment here is, I believe coronavirus is mostly lung breathing related. Could you please show and teach some breathing or other exercises to make lungs clean and strong? Thanks for everything you do for the community. That's from Mr. Jamnadas Tucker.
Yeah, I think that we are doing it. Currently, we are doing it. I will get more into it when you teach an entire class on breathing, but we are doing it. I have one suggestion for you. As much as possible, switch to nose breathing, nasal breathing. Be aware of breathing through the nose and breathing out through the nose. If you can do that, work on it. And the reason is simple. Nose, it warms up the air, it filters through the bristles that are there inside the nasal cavity and all that. And importantly, there's a little resistance for the air to go in because it's a smaller passage. It's not like a big mouth. So that is important, because as you take a deep breath, there is time for oxygen to get exchanged in the lungs. It gives a little extra time, one. Then the second one is when you come out, that's also a little more resistance than in the mouth. And that is when all these sinuses and all these areas, they produce something called nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is produced in the cavity, and that is antibacterial, antiviral. So nose breathing, I'm just going to say only this much. This is not an entire teaching thing right now, but start the nose breathing. And the second thing we already talked to you about is abdominal breathing. So those two, Jamna, that's why, just switch to that, if more so, and there may be some situations that may be there. And we may be able to conduct an entire course on this, actually, the whole thing. I'm intending to do that at some point.
Okay. Those are the comments that were on the chat, in the chat box. Now just turn it over to the participants. If you'd like to share any comments, any feedback, and any thoughts.
Okay, I can go first. This is Tripta. Now, I'm a little confused that when we go for a normal walk, so you say, that we don't take full advantage, of a walk. Should we walk slow? Should we walk fast? Of course, we should use our core while walking. Can you little clarify this?
Sure. As I learned this, and as I walk more, I recognize that my legs do get tired. when I walk, say 5 miles, 6 miles, usually I do it that much. But the thing is, legs get tired. And what happens when I did switch over to core walking more, it is a much more of, energy expenditure, but more important, the legs don't get that much tired because legs are meant for stability and move across a plane. So it has to do two things. If it's going to do weight bearing and stability and all that, then that's my personal experience. But you can continue doing this in different ways. You continue your regular walking and then introduce your core walking gradually. In fact, I would recommend that, core walking is not just new. It's been there in the literature for a long time. You can YouTube it. There's so many videos available. So I'm going to say I'll just open it up for you to investigate that. And there are many, many more, mechanics and biomechanic people and the kinesiologists and physical therapists. There are so many resources available. So please do that and try experience yourself. Most important part is experience yourself. See how you feel and how it works for you.
No, because the reason I brought this up is because when I was trying to walk with you and when I was trying to introduce my core in it, I lost my balance.
Yeah, well, we'll talk about balance in a different way. Balance, we have not done that yet. I don't want to walk slowly till you see. Important thing is awareness. As you put your awareness of balance is important before you go to the next step.
Mm-hmm.
So your first step has to be completely such that it is supporting not only the leg, but supporting the core, supporting the entire body. If you start moving to the next step without establishing balance in the head office says, well, not going to work. So what it means to me indirectly is that you probably walked a little faster without recognition of your own balance.
That could be it.
Yeah.
And I have another comment also about the core. Like when we were doing the core exercises, when you taught us, and when I would pull my my spinal cord, when I'm pulling it tight, it would hurt a little. But when I was doing it lying down, it was so much better. It didn't hurt at all. So
Okay.
Yeah,
I think you remain in whatever position is hurting, or you remain within your green zone, because gradually whatever is possible, that's the person who asked me about should we do it in lying down position if we are able to do it standing. Well, this is when I say to people that you can build your core lying down.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You can build your core lying down. And then when you get up, my goodness, it's a lot of difference.
Right.
So is it necessary? Well, if you can achieve lying down, a lot of, benefits. Your call though, whatever you want to do.
Right.
I'm just here to share with you. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Good questions. Thank you.
Hey, I have a question. Colin?
Yes, Andy.
This is Andy. Hi. I might have missed it. When you're doing the core walking,
Right.
What muscles are you engaging? And
well, the core walking, the one thing I wanted to focus on is the psoas muscle, because that lifts up it flexes the hip. It lifts up the whole leg, and it's very strong muscle.
so you're flexing that.
Yeah, so you're flexing the hip because it's attached, as I showed you, attached to the top of the femur, and it lifts up, literally lifts up. But the only difference is this: you are ultimately using all the core muscles to stabilize. And the reason why a friend here, Tripta, felt uneasy and not stable is because maybe she was using only one muscle and not the rest of the core. The rest of the core is essential to stabilize the person anyway.
You're using the gluteus also when you're core walking?
Yeah, well, gluteus was just to check, what was your experience? When you core walked or regular walk, was it gluteal contracted more when you did the core, or the other way around?
It contracted more when it did the core, yes.
Right, because that glutea is the one that lifts up that pelvis, opposite side, along with the psoas.
But are you consciously flexing that when you're walking?
Not even consciously. When you walk core, it happens that way.
Okay.
When you walk core, both these glutei will get engaged more, and the iliac and psoas, they will get engaged more. And that's important because these are big muscles, and they add to everything. They add to strength, stability, movement. And when we go to Tai Chi walk, and when we move around and turn around and all that, you will know, we know the difference, when you do that. But this is the initial part, yeah.
What you're consciously flexing is the obliques there, right?
Yeah, the obliques can be done, yeah.
And should all walking be core walking or just some?
You figure it out. If you feel that it's better for you walking, in reality, core walking is better than the regular walk. You get less tired. It's more efficient walking, and yet, it achieves the purpose very easily. And so but you can just Google yourself and see what the rest of the literature says. I'm here to share with you, and check it out. Everybody needs to investigate things themselves also and get some more experience behind you.
Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else?
Yeah, I have some observations and experience to share. First of all, enjoyed your demonstration, sleeping and waking up. Haven't done that entirely. Some of the things I've done. Love to even see doing Phoenix while sleeping and waking up. That'll be fun because that's Phoenix is waking up.
Yeah.
But no, like you, I take long walks, especially out on the terrains like in Pittsburgh. One of the things I used to have just regular walk, and then I started to switch much more to deep breathing while walking, which slowed me down a little bit. It was intentional, but much more energizing, and was able to walk. I mean, there are days when I walk 9 miles and have not felt getting tired. So I believe that deep breathing does involve the portions of the core walking that you're talking about. Maybe it was not something that I realized I was doing, but anyway, that's
right.
What did help. I enjoyed your sharing the anatomy of, and I have a name for that gentleman. His name is Vern. I think Maulik will understand that very well too. So I love your Vern depiction very much. But it puts all things in perspective. So I enjoyed the session today very much. Look forward to the Tai Chi walk next time.
Yeah, good feedback. And just one comment. Yes, deep breathing, you are using diaphragm. And the second comment is top athletes who are in competitive sports, when they start using the nose breathing, as you see, probably a lot of people running, they're having panting and the mouth is open. As soon as they close the mouth and nose breathing, their efficiency will go 20% more. But that's the teaching, and we can go forward on that. But you're right, diaphragm is a very important muscle to train. Any other question?
Yes, I haven't talked to you before, but I thank you very much. I really appreciate what you are doing for all of us.
Wow.
My question is, I cannot walk fast.
Yeah.
I'm a slow person.
That's good. You have to walk slow. That is very true. That this Tai Chi is slow walk.
But then I have a fear of fall as well.
Okay. Well, we'll get into that. We'll get into the mechanics and Tai Chi walk, and you will have more. We can't teach everything in one sitting.
That's
but you'll get it about how to balance yourself.
okay. And other thing is, when I'm walking, I have to hold on to something.
Okay. That's fine. You can do that. There's nothing wrong with that.
but there is any other way that I can walk like other people fluently without holding or without getting tired.
We'll do some more practice walking next session, and gradually just walk a little bit this time with the core and
Okay.
the core and the breathing part. What Kiran said with breathing, just introduce small portions of these changes. And how long does a baby take to learn walking?
11 months or a year.
Yeah. So what we want to do is we want to change gradually ourselves slowly when we start becoming aware. By the way, I didn't. I want to tell you about something. This is funny part. This is not part of the thing. But the baby is laying down, okay, and starts crying, right? Just imagine me laying on the back and starts crying and moving and everything. What it's doing is moving everything and at the same time crying. Now you do that and cry. What happens? Baby is taking deep breath and it's building the core. That's what's happening. The baby is build core while crying, laying in the back. Okay, just a little bit nugget for you to think about. Okay. Anything else?
Also, Eileen Reed just
Yeah.
put a chat message. Thank you for the anatomical explanation for slow breathing. Makes it easier to explain to students. Great to see the lying down demonstration.
Thank you, Eileen.
I
you want
was,
to say something?
Yeah, I also
Um,
wanted to say, when I was in the work world and I had to jump up and get to work, I oftentimes would do the vitality enhancement movements in bed before I even, because I knew when my feet would hit the floor, I would be running, shower, car, work, and that was it. So that was my time before I even got out of bed. So it was very useful, not only for people who must do them in bed, but for people who want to do them in bed, so they start their day there. And so thank you again for reminding me of that. I haven't done that since I'm retired now. I haven't done it in a long time. And great on the anatomical explanation of the walking.
You're welcome.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Appreciate you so much.
Most welcome.
This is Viraj from Pittsburgh. I really like the core walking. I don't know when I'm walking outside if I'll use it, but I'll use it inside, and the endurance and different muscle parts we used. But I also like the things in bed for younger people like me. Should they do it anytime before they go back to sleep? In nighttime, should they do it in the bed from morning to night anytime? Can you let me know?
Sure. Very good question. And if you want to relax, just before sleep, all the relaxation techniques that we have, deep breathing and slow motion, that's fine. But tightening the core and all, I don't recommend that before going to bed, because it's like, you'll have a whole routine to tighten everything and then relax. I would just say do some relaxation methods, okay?
But the core you are teaching us on the bed, I was standing and watching. Should I ever do that any time of the day once I wake up or try to wake up?
Sure. You can, as you are waking up, you can try it tomorrow morning, maybe when you wake up, try it lying down and see what happens, and tell us next time, okay?
But it's mainly for older people, right?
No, everybody is young here.
Okay.
Don't they ask you, how old are you? People ask you, how old are you?
True,
You answer
true.
that. So everybody's old.
Yeah, true, Kalen
A
Bakshi.
2-year-old is also old. 2-year-old. It's old. We don't call it 2-year young, do we?
So I will try to do it before Kalen Bakshi, before I go. I'll try to do it before I go to sleep, not then,
Okay. All right. Thank you.
All
Thank
right,
you.
and
Yeah.
everything is good. That's about it. Kailan Bakshi and Maulik Bakshi from Bakshi family. Everything was good. I really liked it. Just some things takes long, but I got it. I'm working, and I like the Tai Chi and Ching Chong. If that's how you say Ching Chong, but with the
Qigong.
slow pace.
Qigong.
Qigong with the slow pace. I really like it. Thank you, Kailan Bakshi and Maulik Bakshi from Bakshi family, as always. And today's lesson too. Thanks again, Viraj from Pittsburgh.
Thank you, Viraj.
All right.
Also, we have Ms. Sudha Dikshit. Kalan Bhai, I wish you continue these sessions. They're informative and useful. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, sir.
All right. I think that wraps it up. With that, thank you very much, everybody, for joining us today. We will
Welcome anytime.
we will see you on Tuesday. Until then, stay safe. Use a face mask. Wash your hands. Use some hand sanitizer, and take care of yourself. And we will see you on Tuesday.
And try to do core walking.
Awesome.
Thank
Will do.
you. Thank you.
Good.
Thank you, everybody.